So what the charts are showing us right now is that we have a potential SHIB bounce ready to take place. But there is something that we do need to watch for now that we've gotten down to these price levels. We need to talk about this. I want to talk about actually this 2 trillion SHIB that has been removed in the last week. And we need to discuss just something going on in terms of BTC dominance here. So if you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Hit that bell. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. It has been an ugly few days for crypto. I think we can all agree with that. And understand that Shiba Inu is not the only one that's down. There are plenty of other assets down. It sucks. It is what it is. Sometimes we just get these corrections when we get liquidations, when we see retail capitulation takes place. It just turns into kind of a crap storm and it pushes price down. And that's where we're at currently. And what we've now seen is Shiba Inu actually come down and possibly be creating a double bottom here. And what I found was very interesting about this is I have my notifications set for stochastic RSI. And what we're actually getting right now on the 12-hour is these bullish crosses just keep taking place. We keep bouncing above it, below it, above it, below it. And it's just indicating that SHIB wants to get a nice bounce from here. In fact, we are above our signal line on the stochastic RSI on the 12-hour charts currently. And what this could be showing us is that SHIB has a bounce here ahead. I do want to show that we're so heavily and oversold on the daily as well. So this could be where we actually get a little bit of a relief leg. Now, what I will say is this, is because prices have gotten to this point and Shiba Inu has essentially created a little bit of a double bottom here. We'll see if this holds. What we might be needing to talk about now is the potential for a head and shoulders building in terms of SHIB. I don't want this to be the case, but we look at things from a very unbiased perspective here on the channel. Some people might disagree, but apparently people just don't listen. So if SHIB does start to bounce back here, just note if we have trouble basically breaking past this, 4014 through 4015 range, you could see that right shoulder start building and we could potentially see some Shiba Inu downside, Shiba Inu retest. This could in fact bring us all the way to our long-term trend, which wouldn't be terrible, but understand that possibility is still there. Now that being said, because of what we're seeing from SHIB fundamentals, this could be invalidated over the course of just a couple days. We could easily see Shiba Inu go on a rocket ride to the upside and start making some pretty significant moves. Now, why I'm saying that, first of all, I want to show what Mr. Crypto posted, and what he said is Bitcoin dominance is in complacency. The top is in, alt season is coming. And frankly, I believe the Bitcoin dominance top is in fact in. We talked about this 65% level several times. We got up to about 65.3 or so at the high. And what it keeps doing is it keeps bouncing along this. This is not the right trend line here. There you go. There's our EMA. It keeps bouncing along this 20-day EMA. We got our retest here, just keeps bouncing around it. And it keeps looking just weaker and weaker and weaker every time it surges back up. And that's because altcoins are showing some resilience. Even in this pump, things have been staying very correlated to BTC. So it has not made major moves to the upside like we've seen on some of these other dumps. For example, take a look at back here in the early part of December. Take a look at back here in the early part of February. It just doesn't have the same gusto, I guess is the way I would put it. So like this is showing, we may be kind of getting into the start of this huge BTC dominance drop off. All right. And it sucks that there's red in the market. It sucks that Shiba Inu price is down, but I think we can all admit and understand that this cycle's slightly different than cycles past. It's still following from a historic perspective for the most part, but institutional money is very much, front run BTC. It's made BTC dominance hit some levels that it should not have hit, but it is what it is, right? Now, what I want to show you guys here as well in terms of Shiba Inu is we're still having a very high adoption rate. It's still actually at about 30. Let me see if I can find it here. It's still at about 32% per day, meaning that the amount of with the amount of transactions that are taking place, 32 to 33% of them are being done by first-time Shiba Inu wallets. So that is great. We're still seeing holders grow. We're seeing new people enter the Shiba Inu ecosystem, which is great. And we'll see what happens from there. I did want to point to the fact that yesterday was a Shiba Inu outflow day. We actually saw only 155 billion SHIB unloaded. So that's at least good. Can't complain that it wasn't a huge day of outflow. So that's okay. But what I really want to point to is this 2 trillion Shiba Inu that has been removed from exchanges over the course of the last week. People have not noticed that this exchange supply is one, been dwindling for a very long period of time, but two, is once again accelerating to the downside. And I just want to show you guys this in totality. When we have been at these price points before, there's been significantly more supply on exchanges. And the big thing that we've been lacking, like I've talked about many times, is retail excitement. We haven't had a big boom of retail adoption. That's when SHIB does its best. It hasn't been here. It is what it is, right? We've talked about some reasons why that might be the case before. Every time we've gotten a little instance of excitement or a little instance of retail optics from outside the space, we've been crushed by either a BTC dump or an institutional manipulation or a black swan event or negative events in the market or tariff news or something like that. Once again, here, right as things were starting to heat up and get exciting, and as we were starting to see some of those exchange app downloads, what did we get hit with? Tariff news, right? It's not a surprising thing. They're doing whatever they can to suppress retail right now. And that's why, me personally, I've said many times, it's just important to make sure our bags are secured and our positions are set and ready to go. Just kind of zooming out here, I was noticing something here as well. We are potentially building a pretty big inverse head and shoulders. I mean, we talked about the one back, where was that? Back here somewhere. But you know, what we're seeing right now might in fact be a wide right shoulder here. There's, you know, things really aren't that bad. That's what I'll say. It sucks, but things really aren't that bad. And we're having a lot of volume in the crypto market. There's a lot of short leverage that's kind of moved down with price. So we could in fact see liquidations to the opposite side, just as we have seen them push us down, but you still need excitement to come with it. So that's kind of my assessment right now. We'll see what happens. You know, weekends are kind of unpredictable. Last weekend we had higher volume. We've entered this weekend with higher volume. And we'll see if that continues to be the recurring theme. So I appreciate you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.